Being a YouTuber can suck. And let me explain why. You see, and this is really my only real reason why I don't like doing YouTube. I mean, I have fears. Like I don't really want to be recognized on the street. I don't want to be that YouTuber. I mean, monetized, yeah, that'd be nice. You know, like 10,000 subscribers or something like that. Occasionally being noticed if I'm at like a festival, but, you know, nobody too crazy or anything. That'd be fine. But I don't really want to be like super famous. I really just want to kind of do cool stuff and like get it into your heads that you can too. Um, but the biggest problem that I have with doing YouTube is time. I don't have a problem with YouTube as a company. I don't have a problem with um, you, subscribers and viewers. I don't have a problem with that either. I'd like it if more of you subscribed. Even if you don't watch the videos, it'd be nice if, I just got more subscribers. Um, and admittedly, that's kind of my fault because I'm not putting that subscribe button right there. But what I don't like is that I don't have the time, and in some cases, it's it almost stops me from doing things. And in some cases, I would rather do those things with my kids so that they can learn, like have that experience to do it with me. I do want to point out, by the way, I'm not necessarily like a fan of cat racing. I don't even think I've ever, but I got it as a free hat at a archery event. Um, that being said, I'm not against them either. I'm just pointing out that I have no real affiliation. It's just a hat that I'm wearing because I can't find my other hats. Um, I just wanted to get that out of the way. But so, and I was the reason this is coming up is it is spring. I actually have a lot of backlogged videos that I have to edit and post that were supposed to be. So, okay, how can I explain this? I was going to do this in seasons like they do on Clarkson's Farm or something like that, where you get to see, like, I do the entire season and then I edit it into a few episodes and release it um, as a regular TV show. Um, and then, like, so I spend the entire time recording and everything, and then I spend like the winter months editing. That was the idea. But then I started combining the two. So I have a lot of stuff from like season 4 of my channel, which is like my 4th year, which was largely last year. We're coming up on season 5 now. If we divide it by like at around the month of June 1st, on June 1st, for the month of June, that becomes season 5. But that means that, okay, so 2024 would be season 4, 2025 would be season 5. So you wouldn't see this video until next May. But I decided to do pretty much everything to try to generate so much content because I was afraid I wouldn't have very much content to show you. And I wanted to put out content and get subscribers and generate, build up the channel. So I have stuff from last year and I have the stuff from this year that I've been posting. So it's really confusing now. Gosh, I feel like now we're just kind of off topic. But this goes a long time, and this goes along with YouTube. Now, the thing is that I have so many things that I do, so many things that I want to do, and every single one of those you have to understand. Like if I use these batteries, for instance, okay, so I have. We'll use the white ones for video here. So I have making the video, and you know that I don't really write out the scripts. I have editing the video. Now we have two things. And then I have posting the video. It's three things. And all of those things take time. And then I have promoting the video on social media, and then I have promoting the video on my website for the channel, which I never even mention and is barely in any of the commentary in the descriptions of these videos because I hate updating it. I hate promoting it on the social media too. I mean, I can definitely see why someone would hire a part-time social media person for their YouTube channel. Because like seriously, one person could handle 20 channels. Now that's 5 things that I have to do for every single video. And I want to do a video for every single thing that I do. So I have hops that I want to put out. Now, admittedly, and I have to look this up, I have to double check on this because we are coming close, but I am a little bit worried that we still have really, really cold nights. But my hops right now have already grown like 6 times taller than they came. I want to say that they're at least 2.5 feet tall each. And they're supposed to get, because they're Hallertau MF, they're supposed to get up to 20 feet. It would not be uncommon for a hops plant to get to 30 feet tall. I got these nice, shorter, slightly more manageable hop plants, but I also got them because they're endangered. So any work that I can do to help keep them around, you know, woohoo. But that is 5 things for that video. Now I have it where the bed that I have prepared, is not big enough for both hops rhizomes because it has to be 3 feet radius. I don't even think it's going to be big enough for one rhizome, technically, by those standards. So I have one that I'm good with. And now I see that we have a patio extension with bricks over here on this side of our house. Admittedly, it doesn't get as much sun, but it will get sun at like 9 o'clock, and it'll keep getting sun all throughout the day. And we'll get some shade from the tree in our backyard. So this isn't the worst place to go. Plus, hops will release some kind of like oil or scent or something that really helps with sleep. So the more this blows through our house, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't make you go to sleep. I don't think it does, but I think what it does is it gives you, when you do sleep, it gives you like more positive experience sleeping. Not necessarily like good dreams, but like more full sleep. So having it go through our house from both sides, no matter which way the wind is blowing, which really is only one direction, that's not, it's not actually a bad idea. So I'm kind of feeling like doing this, but that means I have to build a whole nother grow bed, which is going to be another 5 steps. So we've got 5 for the grow for the first rhizome, 5 for the second rhizome. Then I've still got my oats and my barley that I have to put down. There's another 5 and 5, so that's now 20 things that I have to do. Then I've also got a whole nother grow bed that I think is about 6 or 7 feet in diameter that's being built, and that's going to be corn. So I've got building the bed. I have sourcing the stone for the bed. That's 10, so that's 30 now. And then I have everything that I'm going to plant in it. So primarily, I'm planning on doing corn. Because it's more open to the public, I'm debating on doing popcorn because it'll still be out during Halloween. So it'll be a little bit more woohoo and everything as a decoration, because you don't harvest your popcorn until sometime in November, even early December. So it's basically just before the first freeze, you harvest your popcorn. But there's another thing, plus all the plants that I'm going to grow with that corn to help out. So like beans, I've got snap peas that I want to grow. Probably some tomatoes and maybe even some bell pepper. I want plants because of the fact that these, anytime I grow corn, corn grows really strong and it gives like a lattice for these other plants that are shorter to grow with and support. So it's really, really nice to like throw in a tomato plant or two in there. I have cover crop that I want to do. I want to redo my lawn. So my lawn has stuff, but I want to do grass seed, clover seed, and compost onto my lawn. And that's another thing. So I don't even know where we are at this point. We're up to like 45, I think, things that I have to do with every, like 5 plus every subject. So we're at like 9 videos right now. 10, I think 10, because barley and oats are, plus I've got wheat harvesting is in beginning of July. Plus I've been thinking about, so there's a thing called OpenRC on the websites for 3D printing, and one of them is a tractor. And I was like, well, they've got a trailer, they've got all these different things. They have a Formula One, and somebody already made a larger version of the Formula One car. Now, Formula One's cool, their design is cool. I really appreciate the design of a Formula One car. But a go fast car is not my thing typically. So, but I am really excited about the idea of this tractor for OpenRC, because I'm just sitting here and thinking, can I somehow do a combine kind of thing with it? Can I harvest my crop with a remote control tractor? This is where we are with this. I'm thinking that the answer is going to be yes. But because I have a grain that's going to be harvested in 2 months, that's going to be a lot of work. That's a lot of engineering, not to mention video. Even if I don't promote onto the website and the social media, which, by the way, those are little things. We could really make that into one battery, really. But even that, this is just recording, editing, and production. Okay? And I know that sounds dumb, but you also have to think about all your hashtags and everything else. When you're doing it, you have to write out a whole description and everything else, try to make it SEO worthy, which I don't always, but I do put some kind of story into the description in most cases. Most, not all. So if someone's a wiseacre and goes out there and says, "Oh, there's no description on this video," I said most, not all. But that is a lot of engineering involved with that, because even if I do already have the design, I have to build the combine, I have to design the combine, I have to figure out all the motors and everything for increasing the size of the tractor. I have to do all of that, and then I still have to make the video, edit the video, and produce the video. So that's 10. Okay? And then we'll say that it's one thing for promoting to social media and the website, which still, the website is just I have too many ideas and I need to just write it down and go. But on top of all of this, that's the agricultural side of the channel. That's just my crops. And by the way, those are companion crops. That's not even talking about just straight up vegetables. Okay? I mean, I still have carrots, I still have all sorts of different, plus the engineering involved. Plus, I have to rebuild the greenhouse. And I do have a very, very, very good and interesting way I want to do it. So that's another one. God, it's so much. Plus, I have the grow tent downstairs. Oh, and I wanted to do ginger outdoors. I already have ginger downstairs. But that's the agricultural part. On top of this, I'm trying to build a playhouse for my children. I've been trying to for a few years. There was a setback when I automated myself out of my job. But now I need to get it done before my kids get too old to even appreciate it. And then, I mean, I want to show you that video, but at the same time, it's my kids' playhouse. And as anybody knows here, it's been 4 years. How many times you've ever seen my kids on my videos? You just don't. You don't see it. Because again, it's not their lives. You know, this is my life. And yes, I am responsible for it. And yes, you know, by that technicality, I can put their faces on there. But at the same time, they have a right to their own privacy, and they might not appreciate it when they're older. So they might not appreciate it now. And some things should be left to just doing with your family. But then I also have, oh gosh, well, it's a kind of a combination of a kitchen studio / workshop studio. And the problem with that is that you can't have a workshop and a kitchen in the same place. It's just not sanitary. But somebody has told me that they would like to see me do more cooking videos. And my cooking videos suck because of the fact that I can only do it from one angle, because it's a typical kitchen. You know, your stove is up against a wall. So if I were to do a full out video where I have, you know, cooktops and an oven and everything else that's all plug-in, and I have a type of, island type kitchen counter for everything, that would be better. But I would also want to do the video, or the actual building of the kitchen. And then I've also got the studio part of it. And then I've also got the actual cooking videos. So that right there, that's going to be two, plus all the engineering involved in before all of that. And engineering, if anybody knows about any of this stuff, to actually plan it out, design it, and build it is a lot of work. It's probably the most time consuming. That's why Mark Roper puts out a video like once a month, or at least he did when he was a lot more busy on YouTube, because I know he's got Crunch Labs and everything now. And I haven't been watching Mark Roper as much lately because I've got my own stuff that I'm doing. My kids watch Mark Roper. I don't get a chance to as much. But when he was doing it like once a month. Maybe he would do something big and it would be like a 3-month difference, and he'd have like 2 or 3 videos during that one time he would release. But largely it was scheduled for like once a month. And that's because he would do the engineering and the design and all of the production and making the video. It would take a month to do something that big. But what you don't realize is that some of that bigger stuff has been going on for like 6 months. So he's constantly working. He's just doing a little bit here and there, and then doing a lot of it in some places. But most days he's like doing a little bit of everything. You have to understand that. And now he's probably got a team helping him. So, yeah. I mean, he already did have a team. I think the guy's name is Adam or something. He already had a bunch of guys helping him out. So, yeah, it's crazy. I'm just a one-man band here. Then there's the violin videos, which, by the way, I have a couple of those coming up. Where I bought 10 violins for the purpose of them. Bought with my own money, because you haven't subscribed yet. I have a lot of stuff going on, and every single one of these, outside of the engineering, well, let's say that it's just 4 things, okay? I'm already up to like, what, 44 now? No, 48 for all of those things. And the editing alone can take an entire day. Recording the video, like doing some planning of what you want to say, and then retaking the video for like, I've done it maybe 10, 12 times in some videos. And then you have different ideas when you're doing it, and you're like, oh, I really like how that came out. And then you're trying to capture that magic again. There are some times where you retake a video so many times, and I've actually lost, like, sometimes I have lost the best version of my videos. So if you're sitting there like, well, your videos aren't even that good, Dave, that's the reason why. I'm a one-man person here, and I've actually contemplated doing a little bit of hiring somebody to be like a cameraman or something, so that I can get like a better video. Even right now, this is 25 minutes, and I'm just now noticing that this really sucks that I don't have any video over here, or any light over here. So like, this side of my face is all shadow, and it's just kind of like, oh. So, it's not the views. Whether or not you watch this video, I mean, for the amount of work that I put into them, yeah, it does suck when I only get like, I'll get like 500 on a short, and then I'll get 1 or 2 for a long, and then somehow there's a miracle where somehow one of my longer videos really matters to people, but it's not the views. It's not the viewers, subscribers. It's not, if you do it right, it's not even being worn down by YouTube. And there are times when I'm like, I really got to get this video out, and in reality, no, I don't. I don't really think that the YouTube algorithm really appreciates my frequency as much as some other creators will say. Like, I think that they just want to see a conspiracy in the thing. And yeah, I think that YouTube does care that you are putting out more content, but I've had videos where I put out 20 shorts and they all do really, 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 really well. And then one that's like way cooler than the others gets 5 views. They're all shorts, but that 21st one gets 5 views. And in some cases, it has been way better. Look at my cam video. Like, I took video from a children's museum in Ohio, and I took video of the Discovery World here in Milwaukee. And you would think that all of them would be the same, but there's one video involving a cam lifting a weight. So a cam is a like teardrop shaped object that basically you turn it on a crank and it goes up a ramp. It's a circular ramp. And then it suddenly slams down. Well, this would lift up a weight that would suddenly slam down, and then everything that was in this tube would get that gust of air and shoot it like 20 feet, which, in a children's museum is awesome. That video got almost nothing. Its companion video that is dumber and less complete got way more views from the same place. And then if you go to my contraptions videos, I don't know. You'd never know what's going to capture someone's attention more than another one. You don't know. So that doesn't bother me as much because there's nothing I can really control with that. And I can put out 20 videos in 10 days and not all of them will hit. So I don't think frequency matters as much as some people want to say it does. One of the most uplifting videos that I have is the violin video where I talk about what's stopping you. I have so much positive commentary from that video, and I still get positive commentary from that video. And I only was on a violin for a month. Due to a lot of scheduling changes in our family, I haven't been practicing as much as I would like to. I was learning, I can't remember what song it was now. It was more of a classical song, and I thought I could learn at least a basic version of it. And I can, but then we started just having all these changes, and my practicing kind of went out the window, and I did more practicing of like the essentials. Just fingering and stuff. So that doesn't even bother me. My personal development matters more to me personally. But I just want to share so much with you. There's so many options or ideas for content that I have, and we've only talked about a few of them. And all of them take time. those three things of making the video and editing the video and producing the video, on average, probably takes at least 2 days. So if that is, let's say we're up to, let's say we switched from 5 to 4, and we have 12 things that I've mentioned. That's 48 things. That's 48 times 2. So that's 96 days. Just with some of the agriculture, like planting it. That's not even talking about soil regenerate. Oh my gosh. Like getting into the science of it. There's so much to really talk about, and it takes so much time. Plus, you have to, when you do pre-plan what you want to say, you have to edit yourself first. And then there's a lot of cases where you don't want to hear everything that I have to say. You know? So, and then when you have ADD, oh my gosh. You'll be on one thing, and then you'll start thinking about the other thing, and then you'll completely forget what you were doing over here. Start wanting to start working over there, and then you'll get overwhelmed, and then you don't do anything. It's horrible. That is one thing I miss about having a job, is just, here's a list of things that I want you to accomplish. Just stick to the list. Done. No creativity needed. Nothing. I mean, you still have a little bit of creativity about how you solve a problem, but other than that, nothing. Oh, that's another thing. I wanted to go into Docker and try to develop a Docker container for a open source video game called Super Tux Kart, so that you can run it on a LAN network, so that you can basically do like a home networked thing, and then have the peripherals on, like 4 sets of peripherals. So like controller, video or screen, and then everything's connected to like a Raspberry Pi just for connecting to it. And then the Docker image is ran off of a server nearby, and your Raspberry Pi is just controlling the peripherals and the browser and everything. And then you could actually like set up like an arcade setup where you can run like actual competitions in your own home, with where everybody basically has their own setup. That's another one that's actually something I was going to do today. There's so many things that I want to share with you. There's so many things that I want to do and then record and share. And there are some things that if I do that, I won't accomplish anything. I have 2-3 videos that I want to do for the violins. I have 10 violins. I was going to, and they are very, they vary in value. And it was going to be, does a more expensive instrument really matter starting out? A little bit. Another one was buying, restoring, and selling, where I was actually going to update the editing in video on the YouTube editing part. That way I don't take down the video and put it back up with new editing. It's always going to be, you actually have to come back and recheck it. Like you'll watch the video when it first comes out, and then you'll see me, then you'll be able to come back and say like, oh, I wonder how much that one violin sold for. Or people will see it 6 months later and they'll see how much it sold for. You know, basically update, because that, let's face facts, any flipping TV show that's production, don't you just hate the fact that they're like, oh, I know I could get this much from it, but then you don't really know if they did. Like, did you make that much money? Are you just saying that you can? I mean, where's your stuff to back it up? Me personally, I hate it because it's like, it's all theater. How do I know how much you actually made from that? They do it on Storage Wars. They do it on a bunch of YouTube channels, especially YouTube channels. I'm going to be the guy who actually says, this is what I paid for it. This is what I did to it. This is how much it sold for. Then I got to talk about secondhand licenses, often referred to as a pawn license. Do you actually need one? Stuff like that. Ways to get around that, and in what situation you definitely need it. That was a subject that came up today with a conversation with a friend. I have so many things I'm trying to say. All of this stuff just pops into my brain, and I want to make the video, edit it, produce it for you who is not subscribing yet, who's probably never going to see this part of the video because we're 36 minutes in. As a suggestion, if you are watching this part of my video, have my video in the background, just blathering on. Hopefully my voice can be soothing. But every single one of those takes so much time. We're already up to 100 days of just editing and production. And we're not even talking about the engineering portion, which is the hardest part. Oh my gosh. But this is what I hate about YouTube. This is the only real thing that I hate about YouTube, is because it draws you in to have these creative ideas and want to share them. Oh, I got a notification. Anyway, I think this is where I'm going to cut it. I have things that I want to do and record. And I'm going to put this video up. And maybe something will come from it. Maybe you'll subscribe. If not, maybe you'll comment below. It's actually nice to get this off my chest. I actually want to do this more often. And considering how many subscribers I have, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Because I don't think any of you really care that much that I'm just pouring out my soul and my frustration out on this.